Hello everyone, welcome back to Epstein, and today's video is going to be the unboxing of LG k-42. As everybody knew that LG has left the cell phone business because of poor sales, and probably by next year you won't be able to buy any phones from LG. So I got this phone for a couple reasons. LG is known for their build quality, and this phone comes with a 2-year warranty, and for the price what I paid, so I think it's worth every penny. So I paid like 8,000 rupees for this phone, which comes with a 2-year warranty, and it has a bigger battery. So those are the two reasons I got this phone. So before I make any comments, let me open this pack. So it came well sealed, well packed as well. So the MRP is listed as 14,000, but most online seller you could find this phone somewhere from 8,000 to 10,000 rupees. This phone is made by LG, and it is made in their factory in New Delhi. So this is a made in India phone. If you guys like to buy made in India products. So this is how it's packed. It is wrapped in a plastic, and before I go into the phone, let me try to show you the contents of this box. Most budget phones nowadays comes with a case. Probably these are like TPU cases. It's flimsy, but it's I would say like this is like average quality. It comes with some paperwork, your SIM ejector. It comes with a pretty long charging block. It says it's made in Vietnam, and the output is 5 volt, and the current rating is 2 ampere. So I'm not sure whether this is a fast charging. I think most 2020 phones has kind of decent charging. So it has a USB type A to C port. So I would say like this weighs like somewhere like 100 grams. So nice and clean, sturdy box. So let's put that aside. I'm just gonna put this right here, and let me go into this phone. So before I go, let me grab this SIM ejector so that I could open the SIM tray. So even this comes in a little bag. There you go, fancy SIM ejector pin. I'm just gonna slide this rather than taking it off. So I'll try to slide this. There we go. So let me try to find my SIM slot. So phone is, it's not heavy though. I would say like less than 200 grams. On the right side you could find the power button. On the top you could see a microphone out there, and on your left side you could find your SIM ejector. So it supports dual SIM, so SIM 1 and SIM 2. I'm gonna throw my SIM into the SIM tray. So I'm gonna throw my Reliance, not Reliance, it's Geo nowadays. So I'm gonna throw my Geo SIM into this SIM slot, and it has a dedicated memory card. And if I'm not wrong, it supports up to 2 terabytes. And you guys know that 2 terabytes card would cost you close to 20,000 rupees. So I don't know like how practical it would be to have a 2 TB card which costs 20,000 rupees on a less than 10,000 device. So it powers on right after you turn the button on, and it says erasing. I think this might be like a factory boot up. So LG k-42. So before the phone turns on, let me try to tell you the specs of this phone. So this phone has a 6.6-inch screen with 720 times 1600 pixels. The back of this phone has this nice design. It looks premium, and the side looks like a metal, but I think like under 10,000 phones will have like a glossy plastic. So this is like a fake metal thing, and this is also plastic, but the camera, it has a little camera bump, and it has 4 cameras and a flash. And I think the rear shooter is like 13 megapixel, and I don't think so it will shoot 4K. The maximum it can is 1080p, and it's still loading up. Moving on to the processor, LG in their K series, I think they have loaded Helio P22, which is like a basic processor, and they packed in a 4000 milliampere lithium pro battery. So I'm trying to get this phone going. So I would say English. Next. I'm just going to go with my mobile, as we don't have Wi-Fi in our home. Let's go next. And moving on to the specs while I load this. This is an internationally released model, so you get the build quality pretty much where you get in the US or in the Europe. So the build quality will be like A++. And this phone was launched in the year 2020 September. And the dimension, I would say, the phone, the length to the width to the height would be like 6.5 times 3.02 times 0.33, and it weighs like 182 grams. It supports dual SIM, and the display is an IPS LCD 6.6 inch with 720 times 1600 pixel, and right out of the box it comes as Android 10. And the chipset, it is a 12 nanometer Helio P22, and the CPU would be octa-core 2 gigahertz Cortex A53 processor. It comes as a 64 gig internal storage, but it can go up to 2 terabytes. Like I said, it has 4 cameras. The main shooter is a 13 megapixel wide camera. The second would be a 5 megapixel ultra wide. The third would be a macro camera with a 2 megapixel, and next would be a depth with 2 megapixel. And it has a LED flash. Video, it can shoot up to 1080p at 30 frames per second. And the selfie camera, it is an 8 megapixel. It's a wide camera, and for the video it supports 1080 at 30 fps. For the speakers, before I move on to speaker, it has a 3.5 millimeter jack, so you could just add or attach all the 3 millimeter headphones to this. Bluetooth wise, it supports 5.0 Wi-Fi hotspot radio. You need to plug in your cable. Battery is a 4000 milliampere, and charging is 10 watts. So I'm just going to go without copying. Might take a few seconds as the Geo network is not really fast in my area. And for the main reason for getting this phone on rather than getting a Chinese phone would be the build quality. So let me punch in my, here we go. There we go. So it's all set. It came charged like 92%. So the build quality is like top notch. It's not really heavy. So let me throw in this guy. It's still loading. So this phone, what makes this phone different from other phones is it has this military certification. It's called MIL-STD-810G. It is a US military certification for ruggedness. Only few phones what sells in India has this certification. No thanks. So if you want a phone that lasts or it can take some bumps, I would just get this phone because it's worth every penny what you pay for. And talking about this military rating, so this phone is tested against shock, vibration, heat, cold, gunfire shock, humidity, and many more. So only few phones what sells in India has this certification. Some phones from Cat, Kyocera. So it has some kind of protection. I don't know like how well it's gonna just get the beating and stuff, but for 8,000 rupees I would take that. So this says phone is getting ready, so it takes, so I'm just gonna click S to everything. I shouldn't be doing this, but for the time being. So here we go. So typical LG UI. So camera. Just gonna skip. Oh, there we go. I would say it's decent for the money. There we go. I think there is nothing installed, so this is LG k-42 and this is what you get. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and hit like. Thanks for watching. Meet you again in another video. See you. Bye. Peace.